Do you talk to yourself? I know I sure do. I'm going to give you 15 simple reasons why you should ask yourself certain questions in your life to have peace, contentment, and a purpose. Stay tuned. Hi, and welcome to my channel. Thank you very much for being here today. Well, as I said, I talk to myself. I'm not talking about just mumbling in the kitchen or in the bedroom. I'm saying I have a real conversation with myself. And I ask myself questions. The three questions I find myself asking over and over again is, who am I now that life has quieted down? Who is the woman that I have become? Do I like that woman? Am I happy with that woman? And what do I still want from this life? I like to have real talk on my channel, and I deal with reality because I'm living in reality. The fact is, I'm over 70. I'm 74. When I look back and think that I have already lived 74 years on this earth, I realize it hits me right in the face that my time here is going to be much shorter than the time I've already lived. Even if I live to 100, I've already lived 74 of those years. So I want to be sure that I'm at peace with the woman that I have become. What I do is a lot of reflection, and I have come up with 15 pretty simple reasons why we need to ask ourselves certain questions. Now, your questions could be totally different than mine. The questions aren't important, but the reasons, the simple reasons why we should ask ourselves whatever questions we have are very important. They're important to live out the rest of our life in peace, in contentment, and in purpose. The older I get, the more I come to know that it's not what I've done in my life, it's what I understand. And the only way for me to understand is by reflecting. So let's go over those 15 reasons why it's important to reflect and to ask yourself your questions. Number one, and these are in no particular order, but number one, the reason is, who have you become? Life shapes us. We go through so many experiences, ups and downs, trials, tribulations, so many things that happen to all of us throughout our lives. And that's what shapes us. Maybe for some people, it made them become bitter. Maybe for other people, it made them become better. But we really need to understand how we ended up here, like where we are in our lives. I know for me and my past, when there was a time when I had nothing, I couldn't even put food on the table to feed my kids, that shaped me. And now, at this age, I know why I'm frugal and why I'm careful with money. I know why I limit myself and live below my means because I never want to be in that position again. It turned out to be a good thing for me because I know how responsible I am. I know how careful I am. And I know to live within my own means. Number two would be to stay grounded in our values. Our values really guide us through life, almost like a compass, and they help us to make choices and decisions and do the right thing. If your values are important to you and a priority, you can't let up on any of them. And that is definitely a reason to ask yourself certain questions. Like in my case, am I at peace with the woman I have become? And yes, I am, because I had good values growing up. I live and breathe by my values, and they will carry me through the end of my life. The third reason is so that we can let go of things that we don't need in our lives, that don't serve us in any way. Now, I'm not talking about material things, although if that's something for you, then that's fine. But if you used to be a people pleaser, let go of it. If you feel insecure or have lack of confidence or worry about what other people think about you or say about you, you gotta let it go. It's not doing you any good except bringing you down. What someone else says about you doesn't affect your life at all. The fourth reason is to find daily contentment. What makes you happy every day? What makes you happy today? What can you do for yourself to have that feeling of contentment and satisfaction? Whatever it is, do something kind for yourself. Having daily contentment to me is a choice. I'm not saying you're going to have a perfect day and nothing's going to go wrong. But you can either fall into that and let it tear up your day, or you can stay calm and keep your peace and stay content. Whatever life throws your way, you'll deal with it. You have the wherewithal to do that. So hang on to your contentment and each and every day find something that gives you that peaceful feeling. The fifth reason is to make peace with the past. We can't change the past, but the past does shape us and form us to have certain beliefs. And if we had a bad past and a past that caused us great pain, that's within us. But it's time to let it go. The past is the past for a reason. Carrying it with us all these years really didn't do us any good at all. So maybe it's time to make peace with your past. Accept whatever life has brought your way. Be grateful that you're still here and just move forward. The sixth reason is to be able to cultivate gratitude. I'm telling you, gratitude is everything. And being grateful for the small things is just as important and powerful as it is for the big things. If you start your day off in gratitude, you're going to have a good day. We may overlook many blessings, but gratitude grows when we pay attention and we notice and we thank God for those blessings. Reason number 7 for asking ourselves the right questions is to be able to stay emotionally connected. Being emotionally connected, of course, is important at all times, but it becomes even more important, in my opinion, when we are seniors and when we're 70 and beyond. We need those connections. And more than that, we need an emotional connection to ourselves. That's something that I have failed many, many times in the past. It's easy to be connected to someone else, but I wasn't very good at being emotionally connected to myself. I thank God that I am now. I'm still working on it. It's a work in progress, but I know how important it is because that's the only way that I am going to be the person that I want to be my best self. The eighth reason is to stay curious. I love being curious, and I know I drive other people crazy, but I'm curious as to how things work. Not everything, but certain things. And being curious helps me to venture out and try new things. I want to stay curious for the rest of my life. And that's the kind of woman I want to be. Number nine, well, this is a tender one, but it's to embrace our own mortality and embrace it with grace. What do we want the rest of our lives to look like? How do we want people to remember us? What gifts and talents and traits do we want to leave to the people we love? The 10th reason to ask ourselves the right questions is to shape the life that we want now. Life is different. My life in the past was totally different than it is now. And I know what I want my life to be now. So when I ask myself, am I at peace with my life? Do I find contentment and happiness in my life? I do, because I shape the way I want it to be. The 11th reason is what makes me still come alive. None of us are too old to have a little zest in our life and be spunky. You know, what excites us? What makes me feel full of myself and energized and playful and fun? Those things are important to me. And if I want to become the person that I want to be, then I have to fulfill those feelings. And I do. The 12th reason is to share my wisdom with others. The wisdom I have is unique to me. The wisdom you have is unique to you. We all have it. We all have something to share, and our stories matter. What you can give to someone else is something that only you can give it because of your own experiences and what you have learned. And the same with me. What I give, I'm the only one that can give it because I'm the only one that has lived my life. The 13th reason is to break old patterns. When I ask myself, what do I still want from this life? That's one of them. We tend to fall into patterns and habits that we repeat over and over. And I want to break old patterns. I'm not too old to learn or to grow or to do something differently, and neither are you. So that's important for me for what I want for the rest of the life that I have left. I want to learn to break old patterns. The 14th reason is to stay connected to your faith and your spiritual growth. This season in life for me, and maybe for everyone, can be deeply spiritual because we're coming to terms with so many things in our lives, all those things that shaped us all these years. And now we're kind of looking at the end of the rainbow. And so I think we become so much more connected to our beliefs. I want to know, is God pleased with me? What does He expect from me? What does He want me to see and to learn? How does He want me to grow in certain areas of my life? That is such a powerful reason to ask myself, am I the person that I want to be? Am I the woman that I profess to be. And the 15th reason is to live each day your way. You've earned this time. We've gone through all the years of struggles and raising our family and being involved in careers and being committed to our bosses and all the things. It is our time to do what we choose to do. I want to ask myself, well, what matters to me today? And whatever that may be, then that's what I'm going to have that day. If my way of living my life today is being outside all day, okay, I'm going to do it. If my way of living today is dancing around the house and taking a walk and having 5 cups of coffee, that's what I'm going to choose for today. I am going to live today my way. So I hope you have some time this week to reflect on some of these things, not to fix anything or chase anything, but just to listen to yourself, to ask yourself your questions or question. You may only have one, but you think of these 15 simple reasons why it's important for you to answer your question for yourself. You don't need to have the answers to everything anymore. You just need to have the courage to ask the question. Let me know in the comments section if any of this resonated with you. Sometimes I can get pretty deep, and I know what I want to say and what's on my heart, but I can't quite bring it out. So I hope it made sense to you. I'd love to know your feelings on it. And with that, I'm going to leave you with an inside beauty tip. My inside beauty tip comes from Lamentations 3:40. Let us examine our ways and test them, and let us return to the Lord. This scripture is like an invitation to reflection, not to cause us to feel guilt or shame or judgment on ourselves, but to give us restoration. Take a good, honest look at your life and make sure that you are happy with who you are. Look at your choices, your habits, the path you have taken. And again, don't shame yourself. It's not about that. It's about courage and clarity. It's an encouragement to stop living on autopilot and ask yourself, is this the life I want to be living? And is this who I truly am? After reflection, we can come back to what truly matters. Come back to God, come back to peace, to honesty, and to ourselves. Kind of like a realignment or a spiritual homecoming. So look inward with honesty and with truth, and then move forward in your faith. It's never too late to return to the love of God, and that return starts with simply pausing and reflecting. I thank you so much for being here today. I truly do appreciate it. And until we meet again, this is the old girl signing out. See ya.